yet?
No, look, there's I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy.
But I'm gonna go with Canelo because he didn't hold Turkey's hand.
It's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You know, you can either try to push them back, you know, because 9 times out of 10, a stronger fighter not used to going back.
Canelo Alvarez reacted to Terence Crawford's knockouts with respect, praising his skill and dominance over Errol Spence. He admitted that Crawford made the victory look easier than expected. Still, Canelo questioned Crawford's resume, pointing out that Spence is the only major name he's truly beaten. Looking ahead, Canelo promised that the truth will be revealed when they finally meet in the ring, keeping fans on edge with anticipation.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yes.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with the Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Canelo hinted that he already understands Crawford's techniques and style, showing confidence in his preparation with a smile. He added that Turkey Alaushik will be very upset on fight night since he will be standing in Crawford's corner. That comment added a personal edge to the already heated showdown.
Now you're going to be able to do about it come fight night.
I know Turkey's in your corner,
I promise you.
But look, it's going to be very difficult. He's going to be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
Canelo's decision to bring in Jaron Boots Ennis for sparring is being praised as a brilliant move. Analyst Johnny Ortiz explained that Ennis is the closest match to Terence Crawford's body type and fighting style, making him the perfect training partner. This gives Canelo the chance to study Crawford's rhythm, movement, and advantages in real time while sharpening his own timing and defense. At the same time, Ennis benefits by gaining priceless experience against a veteran like Canelo. Ortiz believes this is one of those rare win-win situations where both fighters improve, making the arrangement highly strategic.
Makes sense, and it's definitely a good experience for both. Eddie Reynoso and Canelo, shout out to them because now it shows that they serious with a real game plan, and Boots is, to me, everybody's a perfect opponent. I wouldn't say opponent, perfect sparring partner to have to replicate Crawford because they both switch hitters and stuff like that, and they got dog in them and reflexes for sure. So it shows Canelo serious, and on Boots end, to be able to spar a Hall of Famer, top tier guy is gave him great experience, and you could tell he really wants it. It's a sport where Boots is getting an opportunity to spar a Hall of Famer. Who cares? And in reality, what the fuck loyalty does Boots owe to Crawford when it comes to the sport of boxing? I mean, Crawford didn't do shit even back while Boots was trying to get his opportunity when it was Spence and Crawford. Every time Boots' name got mentioned, you heard the Bud Clowns be like, oh yeah, he don't deserve it. Oh, who did he fight? Oh, who this and that, man? I ain't trying to hear that shit. It's like it's different shit that you need to be woke up outside of boxing. Boxing is a sport. There's shit that we need to really come together. I didn't see y'all come together like 5 years. The Bud Clowns, because it's real fans, the Bud Clowns is bashing PBC. Everything Boots, when you bring up Boots' name, putting him down, I didn't hear like, oh yeah, instead of fighting Canelo or fighting this person, he should fight Boots.
Jose Benavidez also highlighted how valuable Canelo's choice of Ennis is, according to Ennis, mirrors Crawford in physique, movement, and style, which allows Canelo to prepare mentally for the type of fighter he will face on fight night. Benavidez added that Crawford's smaller size compared to Canelo will be a key factor. For him, training with a strong and stylistically similar partner not only boosts Canelo's confidence, but also makes him believe he already has the edge before the opening bell.
To give Canelo maybe a little bit more confidence that he is sparring somebody really good. Ennis is a really good fighter. And I think that would be a good motivation, for Canelo Alvarez. I just think that Crawford is too small for Canelo. I think Canelo's too big for Crawford. But in my opinion, I think if Crawford can maybe just tap, get out, tap, hook, get out, maybe once in a while throw a straight punch and just win by points and use his legs, I think I see him winning by decision. But if he tries to exchange with Canelo Alvarez, I think he's going to make a mistake and he's going to get hit with one shot and maybe he can get hurt and that would change the whole fight, But I think he's faster. Crawford is faster and a straight punch, get out, Don't stay there to throw or try to trade with Canelo Alvarez.
Okay. Fair to say. Fair to say. Now, do you feel like when it comes down to the demeanor of making that decision of bringing it in, does it show that he's taking this camp perhaps a little bit more serious than others? I mean, what do you think about just the move per se?
It's very difficult to say. He's never brought anybody really good to his camp until this time. Maybe he's lacking enough of confidence, or maybe he just wants to use them to trick the people, or it's very awkward and very funny that he brought Ennis to his camp, so but at the end of the day they know what they're doing, and we got to respect that. And I think
the global boxing market has entered a new era where streaming platforms dominate record-setting events. The Netflix spectacle between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson drew an astonishing 65 million viewers, making it the most watched fight in history. That event proved combat sports attract far more attention than traditional expectations. Now, the upcoming clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford carries the potential to surpass that record. This isn't just a fight, it's a global moment in history. Fans across every continent are waiting to see if this showdown can create even more buzz than Jake versus Tyson.
Like Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, which was obviously on Netflix as well, the biggest concurrent view was, I think, 65 million. So at one stage of a time, 65 million people were watching that fight, which is crazy, hence why it broke Netflix servers. I do wonder what this does. I think it does around 10 to 15, which is still an incredible number. The problem with these two, and I was saying this morning actually to Gareth A. Davis, like, there's no antagonizer here, is there? No one is willing to play the role of the bad guy, the heel, the bully. And you almost need that a little bit. Like Jake Paul was actually quite smart in the way in which he promoted the Tyson fight. Obviously, look, it's Mike Tyson. But it was promoted so well where Jake was willing to be the guy that, I'm going to fuck up the greatest fighter of all time. He was willing to kind of say all those things and play that role. So people almost tuned in to see him get chinned as well. Neither of these guys are playing that role. Neither of these guys, I don't think, have crossed over massively to non-boxing fans. I mean, to us, they're like gods, but to non-boxing fans, I do wonder how much people know them.
Terence Crawford has never been the type to shy away from challenges, and his preparation for Canelo shows his calculated approach. He acknowledges the difficulties of fighting naturally bigger opponents, but insists there are clear solutions. His first strategy is to push larger fighters backward, something they are often uncomfortable with, because they are used to dictating the pace while moving forward.
And there's two things that you can do with somebody bigger and stronger. You can either try to push them back, because 9 times out of 10, a strong fighter not used to going back, so it kind of fucks them up in the head, Yeah. Or you can just box them because some of them just slower than others because they got flat feet, and they just looking to load up on certain shots.
Now, Crawford's definitely right here. There's 2 ways to beat a pressure fighter like Canelo. Either you put the pressure back on him, which is where guys like Triple G and Bivol had success, or you use your superior skills and footwork on the outside, which is how Floyd Mayweather won. Now, Crawford, he can't use the pressure approach because he's not as physically dominant as guys like Golovkin or Bivol. You know, Bud is a welterweight or junior middleweight jumping up. He doesn't have the size to push Canelo back. Now, the outside boxing approach, that is definitely Crawford's best chance against Canelo.
Forcing them back breaks their rhythm. Crawford's second strategy is to drain their stamina and expose their flat-footedness, a common weakness among heavier fighters. His awareness of these tactics reflects his exceptional boxing IQ. He knows that victory requires more than toughness. It requires the ability to turn disadvantage into strengths. His training camp has been designed around these principles, sharpening both his conditioning and his tactical precision for the biggest test of his.
Canelo does struggle to cut off the ring at times. We saw that in the Skull fight. And he does load up on single shots now. But at the same time, Crawford is not the same pure boxer that Floyd Mayweather was. You know, Mayweather rarely got hit in that shell. And his form of countering, you know, a pull counter, for example, was, I'm not going to get touched and then I'll make you pay. Whereas Crawford's style of counterpunching is different. Bud will take one to throw 2 or 3 back. And he can't do that against Canelo because of the size and power difference. If Bud takes a clean right hand to throw back an uppercut or a hook, he's either going to get dropped or he's going to end up on his bike like Jermell Charlo. So while I do agree Crawford does have the superior skill set in this fight, but because he doesn't have the size to push Canelo back, or the defense of someone like Mayweather stay perfect for 12 rounds on the outside, I do think Canelo's size and power will make the difference in this fight. And that's why I like Canelo to win.
Much of the build-up has focused on rivalry. Terence Crawford has shown admiration for Canelo Alvarez's place in boxing history. He openly respects Canelo as one of the last representatives of a golden era, a fighter who shared the stage with legends. For Crawford, facing Canelo isn't just about belts or records. It's about testing himself against someone who carried the torch of greatness by framing the fight this way. Crawford adds depth and respect to the storyline.
Well, listen, I called Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. You know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and you know, the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights. You know, so this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
Shawn Porter offered a different perspective, suggesting that Canelo won't bring anything Crawford hasn't already seen. In Porter's view, Crawford has faced every kind of style speedsters, power punchers, counter punchers, and naturally bigger opponents. That adaptability, Porter argues, is what makes Crawford unique. His belief is that Crawford's versatility is enough to handle whatever Canelo brings, even if the Mexican star is stronger and more powerful. For fans, Porter's take adds balance to the ongoing debate.